Alright, and we are back yet again with another relaxing bossing. This time, we're going to be taking off an actual boss for our series here, an actual challenging boss for Iron, and definitely the most challenging grind I've ever set to do so far on an Iron account. I'm going to try to do this one soft-spoken. If you guys don't like it as much as the whispering, you know, that's fine. I don't do soft-spoken nearly as much. So yeah, we're gonna try to do this in the, original resolution for now. We'll see how that goes. So if you're not familiar with the video's nomenclature, the 6-0, the ratio, essentially, the nomenclature denotes ratios of your hit to their hit. So for a 6-0 method, I perform 6 hits on them for every 0 hits that he performs on me. And if you say, okay, well, if the ratio ends in a 0, why even bother creating in a ratio? You get infinite hits on them without any hits on you. That's because you're confined to one cycle, so one lap around the room will be 6 hits. So for every cycle, there are 6 hits on him and 0 hits on me. And I'm still struggling quite a bit with certain post-COVID effects, so doing a fully soft-spoken voice is actually a little bit difficult because my throat fills up pretty quickly with a lot of phlegm from it trying to repair a good amount of inflammation damage that was sustained during the actual infection. Alright, it's time to bang on the big door and head in there. And I just realized, as is custom when you're hammered last night and setting up your inventory for it this morning, I forgot a pot. I forgot my ranging pot. We're gonna do this kill anyways. Then we're gonna see, what we could pull off. We don't want to waste our bolts, but whoops, shouldn't have done that. But yeah, we won't lose that many. It'll be fine. Okay, so I will agree. This is a pretty absurd perspective, having gone pretty much vertical, and I don't know. Well, anyways, the goal of this cycle is to be slapping him on most of these tiles while always staying about 1 square away from his true hitbox ever actually being adjacent to you, which is his condition for landing his ranged or melee hit. Being 1 corner off here is technically still 2 tiles. So being totally diagonal is fine, and you'll actually see that I hit a diagonal tile around here or here, which is around the beginning of the run. Now this is definitely the little trickiest corner to pull off, and you always need to shoot him in this little corner tile down here, as this is sort of the essence of why this method is even possible in the first place, as it is only possible because there's a certain idiosyncrasy to how I believe Bandos is uniquely coded that causes him to take a step in a certain direction upon being hit. So you always end up exactly 1 tick off from being hit at the sticky situations, and it's quite an elegant method. I don't know who came up with it, but kind of redefined how God War's dungeon is done, and it lended a lot of credence to the enhanced crystal bow. Alright, so without further ado, let's hop in there, and we're going to start off protecting melee, so we're going to take 1 hit, and then we're going to switch to ranged for Sergeant Strongstack, I believe, is the one who, no, I don't know, whoever chucks the axes. I believe Grimspike. Yeah, it's Grimspike. Okay. Let's go. So there's a little sloppy. We're gonna skip this. We're gonna hit him on this tile. Then we are good to switch to ranged. So you see there, we're gonna move on immediately upon reaching the tile that we are after. Gonna do some left clicks. You see I did get hit there. I was slightly too slow on the cycle. I am getting used to doing this in this resolution. Normally I could right click him, but we're going to be left clicking to make this just easier to see. And it should be fine nonetheless. We're going to want to drink that stamina. You never want to be behind on your stamina, especially because it is pretty easy to run out. You see right there, I slipped right past him. We're gonna, getting hit again there, pretty interesting. We're going to skip this hit. This is pretty hard in the lower resolution, I won't lie. So we're gonna go back to doing some right clicks despite it not being the easiest for your viewability, but or even my viewability apparently. It's more like I have to time it in my head while doing that. I mean, I could move up in resolution there. Getting hit too many times is obviously a little ridiculous, a little embarrassing, and running out of prayer also ridiculous and embarrassing. In reality, I'm actually getting pretty lucky with his hits. For the amount of times I've been hit so far, you would think I would have needed to eat a lot more than I actually have there. We're just gonna top off and continue running. Once again, you always have to hit him on the southwest tile. Yes, I will say it is definitely very difficult to see my true tile while like this. Like I said, it's definitely a little bit more about timing than anything in that case. Gonna get it here, yeah. What I'll probably do is I'll definitely up the resolution and then upscale these previous clips. I mean, I do need to come back with a range bot in the first place. And that'll be fine. I mean, it's whatever. So that's going to be a pretty clean kill on him. I mean, not clean, but safe kill nonetheless. And he's gonna give us coal because that's how he is. I also realized that I need more death runes anyways. So we are going to finish these minions off, and we'll be back with ranged bots, and we'll be in a higher resolution. I'll see if I can upscale my UI. Alright, so we're back with the actual gear that I need, and we're ready to set it up. The only thing is, I don't know if I have enough prayer bots to fund a totally golden run here, but we're gonna go for it anyways. So we drop down here, we hit him once, we get hit, we skip this tile, and then the run continues as such. We're going to do some right clicking, because that is definitely the easiest, most sure shot way. And I'm going to show you just how easy this actually is. So you'll see there my true tile lined up with the corner of his true tile, which in reality means that you're 2 tiles away from hitting me, or 1 tile away from being adjacent. Therefore, he misses this hit every time, but it is contingent on me actually hitting him. Hope I didn't drink that super stam too late. Should be fine, dropping a big hit. Diamond bolts do it pretty hard. I meant dragon bolts. Diamond dragon bolts hit even harder though, so there you go. Instead of bringing dragon boots at level 80 agility, bringing graceful boots instead, I could honestly see the perk because you won't be out running your stamina regen with a stamina bot, whereas you do with dragon boots, and you have to remain pretty careful. So you'll see there I did take 12 damage, but not from Graardor, right? It was actually from a minion, so you know we're all set. Just in case he does want to get cute and slap me due to a mistake, we are going to eat. Although that was kind of a mistake because of needing to heal here anyways. I'm not as good with setting up the blood barrage as I could be, but this is a fine setup here. I believe this is how it needs to be set up on your first kill, where they will be kind of diagonal like this. We will hold off on drinking the prayer potion, and hopefully we will get away with not having to. The worst thing here is you need steel will to drop dead from barraging, or else you're in a little bit of a tight situation with not being able to do too much damage to him. But you'll see there that was pretty clean overall. We got the prayer regen, and we probably will not bother. Let me just drop these limerits, honestly. We won't bother. Sarah Brewing, may as well save it just because that, went so well. I want to show you a good demonstration of starting the run off here. Really strong, so we start in this tile, hit our prayers, and as soon as he spawns, we run. Now, if we hit him there, it's business as usual. See, we did not get hit, and we are already back up in the 6-0 mix. Pretty much just, dropping bombs on him when we can. And yeah, this is 6-0 Bandos, so, it can definitely look intimidating, or it might not. It might look a lot easier than it is. It's definitely not that difficult. In terms of placing difficulty, I would say that Corrupted Gauntlet as a whole absolutely is harder in the sense that Hunlef is more difficult. See, I missed that hit there, and so I got hit no matter what, despite being fine with my timing. But yeah, I think Hunlef is harder. I think CG has, a pretty rough prep that you need to learn. And that's definitely one of the biggest barriers, is that you can't even practice Hunlef as much as you could many other bosses. Getting very lucky with procs there. And so, a lot of people definitely take anywhere from like 10 to 30 attempts just to learn and get their first kill count on Corrupted Gauntlet. It's not going to take you 30 attempts to learn General Graardor in 6-0, that's for sure. I've heard people say that 7-0 with Bofa is pretty difficult, so I can't really speak much to that. However, when you're rocking a crossbow and you just want to get your early Bandos items, 6-0 is pretty fine. Getting one extra hit per cycle is not the biggest deal in the world, especially if you haven't even mastered 6-0. So he's going to take a couple more hits here, and then we'll hopefully get a very clean minion setup. I mean, there is a consistent way to, get a consistent algorithmic setup with the minions every time. I am just a little bit poor on some of my NPC movements here, but we're getting it down. We will drink our prayer potion here, as we will need to anyways. might, but you definitely don't want to. You don't want to plan on it. 18 out of an ore. We could honestly, we could grab that here. So yeah, I'll probably have to leave from prayer pots on this attempt, but that's fine since we are, we're recording. We don't want to stay here forever, anyways. I'll pause it until he's up here. So yeah, I mean, hey guys, it's not bad at all now, is it? Once again, start off the run strong without getting hit is definitely, definitely the way to go, and you're on your way. I'll also say I think the larger UI, which I upscaled with the stretched image plugin on RuneLite, is strong. I don't think I hit him there. Yeah, okay. So I ate a little bit too soon. Usually I can eat right on that tile and I'll be fine, but not that time. That's why you're probably better off not risking it. You want to eat up more towards the north side of the room when you're on that part of the cycle, so you don't have to deal with it. Yeah, some runs just don't go that fast. Unlike that truck is really speeding quite loudly outside there. Yeah, thankfully it does not need to be a successful hit on that tile, or else that would change the viability of this run quite a bit. See there, sometimes the minions, their damage can stack up. That was probably a little risky. That was okay, yeah. I don't know why I even did that on instinct, although I swear you are good to eat on that tile and continue running. Luckily, I got, I lucked out, and he hit a 0 instead of a 64, or whatever his melee max hit is. And his ranged max hit, which is in the 40s, but deadly accurate nonetheless. So we are going to slip in here. We are one tile off. So we're going to fix that. We're definitely going to do another run, so we'll drink our pot. And heal up with Blood Barrage, and you'll see this is quite a self-sustaining run. Again, if we get some pretty bad RNG on Steel Will, it could definitely be a pain to kill him in time. I may cut this part out, of course. Oh, that was a pretty good hit, I'll be honest. Alright, could have been worse. We have one potion left. And we cannot recharge our prayer, so tell you what, we're gonna do what we can with it. Then we'll probably bounce after this. All we should really need is that one potion if we don't get too unlucky on hits anyways. And here we go. Start off strong, hopefully. Couple damage, not bad. Pretty good hit there. I'll take 35s. I mean, I do have, I have that zip, and I could always start flicking Eagle Eye, or even, yeah, well, I don't know how confident I am flicking Eagle Eye totally, but I should be fine. That was a little risky there. Now you'll see, though, I believe I did wait a tick, or maybe I didn't wait a full tick. But there's definitely a little bit of wiggle room on this boss for sure. With the sole exception of the bottom left tile. That was actually a really quick kill, oh my god. We could probably get away healing our prayer and then killing him yet again. We may just risk that if these minions go down, you know, with some speed. That's a 30 kill count there. We're definitely, you know, we are making a lot of progress for sure. You know, at 1 and 361, each piece is somewhat rare on their own, of course. However, your odds of getting one piece, oh man, we ran out of blood runes. That's very interesting. So you know what? We actually, we're gonna finish off strong stack just to see. Yep. Then we are going to leave. And we're safe to chill here with our items, and we're just gonna teleport out. We'll come back. So I totally forgot to put more blood runes in the pouch. That's fine. I got quite a lot in the bank. But I think this is a fine place to wrap it up, since, you know, relaxing bossing is never supposed to be too long. And that was a good demonstration of 6.0. My first run on low resolution was pretty bad, but they get, you know, clean once I move it up, and that's that. We did, you know, 5 kills since starting the video, I believe, which is very solid. I can get up to 5, 6, 7 kills in a single trip, which is not too great, but it's also not too bad. And yeah, looks like I'm going to be heading in there for some more. And in the meantime, I hope you guys take care. And, you know, if you are interested in doing some 6.0 bandos yourself, hopefully this video gave you a little bit of encouragement to show that it is more than possible, and in fact, it is really not so